Why do men chase and continue to chase you, and then when they get you, they don't want you?
Trill, what you think?
I think that sometimes the reality of you don't live up to the idea of you that I had in my head. When I was courting you and I was looking at your Instagram or looking at your Facebook, I was like, damn, she's so attractive. I bet it'd be fun to be around her, right? Like a lot of men want her, she's popular, she's this, she's that, and then I get with you. And I find out you insecure as a motherfucker. I find out that you go through phones. I find out that your house is dirty. You don't clean up the way you're supposed to. I find out that your ass don't live up to the idea of you that I had into my head. Sometimes I learned too much about you, and that made me look at you different. It's the same when y'all date men. I'm sure y'all go through the same shit. When I met him, I thought he had money. When I met him, he had a real nice watch on. When I met him, he was driving a real nice car. Then I get to know him and he living with his fucking mama. He can't pay for dinner. He want me to pay his bills. He the passenger princess in a relationship. So sometimes the reality of somebody don't live up to the perception that you have in your head.
And that's very true. There's a lot of people, when they start making the demands of what they want, especially people who are vocal about it, they are looking pretty on Instagram, they are looking good on Facebook and all the whole social media. They are presenting themselves to be quality people. But then when you finally find yourself within that same space with them, you start to discover that these people are not who they claim to be. Or even if they are close to what they claim to be, but then there's something about them that turns you off. So the fact that somebody was chasing you intentionally, like it could be a good man, it could be a very, very intentional man who actually wants to be with you. The fact that they dropped in their chasing doesn't necessarily mean that they are playing you. It probably means that they saw something within you that they are not okay with, then they drop off. They saw something within you that doesn't represent the kind of person that they want to be with. So in as much as we want to put men out here and say, well, you chased and then you left her and you didn't go through, you didn't push through, you have to ask yourself that question too as a lady, like, what could I have done or what was I doing that made this man to stop chasing? You get my point? So sometimes it's not just the guy. Sometimes it's what the guy met when he eventually became a part of you. And that's almost the same thing that happens in most marriages. When they are dating, it's all rosy, it's all fun, they are going on these dates, they're enjoying themselves in their relationship. But then by the time they have to exist in the same space with this person every single day, you start to see difference between both of you that actually causes friction. And if it's not addressed very well, it becomes a problem. That is what the case could be. That's why probably he chased and then he decided to option out.
Oh, you thought I was chasing because I wanted a wife, right? You thought I wanted somebody for a lifetime. No, I was chasing you because I wanted somebody for the night time. I chase because it's fun. I chase because I'm bored. I chase because I'm running away from a version of my masculinity I ain't found yet. And you look like the toy for the night. Sometimes I need y'all to know, sometimes a man is chasing you to add you to his collection. The better question is, why am I allowing somebody without serious intentions to chase me? Let me tell you something. If that man wanted to be anything more than just this man that pops up when it's convenient, that only texts you sometimes, that only dates you sometimes, that's only consistent sometimes, you got a sometimes-y ass nigga. And I guess what I'm saying is, what you need to do is hold your standards so high that only a man that's intentional can reach it. Only a man that's serious about you. Only a man that shows you with his actions and not his words that he's about you. But let me tell you something. Sometimes being chased feel good, don't it? We always talk about the love bomber, but we never talk about the love bombee. Sometimes y'all just like people showering you with gifts even though you know it's too good to be true. This man ain't took you out, but he comes over at night and you think this man is serious about you. I guess what I'm saying is, I chase for me, not for you. And let me tell you something. Just like fishing is a sport, I'm going to catch the biggest fish, and guess what I do? Throw that shit back out. Sometimes a man is only trying to see how good of a girl he can catch to show it off, to have sex, and to throw you back. This is why you need to wait. Be patient, all right?
He said a lot of truth there, but I want to highlight this particular thing about standards. Standards are very, very good, but the truth is that standards are not really enough in the sense that there are people when they are committed to getting something, they will go all in. Like, they will go all in to get that thing, no matter what it will cost them. And if a man means you, like he wants to sleep with you, they are ready to do everything they can to meet that standards. And it's not like they are meeting the standards for a good reason. They're meeting the standards because they just want to have you. And we have seen people for 2 years, they are committed, and it looks like, oh, well, they are serious. But then once they get that thing, they disappear. So I'm not saying that standards are not good. Standards are good, but you also need discernment. That's what I'm trying to highlight. You need discernment. You need the Holy Spirit to help you to expose anybody trying to use you who is not there for the right reasons. You need to not just listen to words. You also need to watch actions. Like, you have to watch their actions. You have to watch what they're saying and make sure that they have alignment. Because the truth is that people can pretend, but they cannot really pretend for that long. So anybody who is pretending just to try to have their way with you, trying to meet all your standards and trying to have their way with you, by the time you intentionally question them, if you're intentional on your own, if you're asking the right questions, they'll expose themselves along the line, because it's not easy to pretend. It's a lot of hard work.
Kira?
I think the problem is that sometimes there's a lot of males that cosplay as men. These niggas be bitches for real. Like, let's call a spade a spade. There's a lot of males that cosplay as men and they be bitches for real. They pussies be wet as hell. They operate like women and females. Like, that's the nature of when males do bitch nigga shit. And we have to call spade a spade sometimes. They don't be behavior that men do, because men are intentional. Men know what they want and they go after what they want, but males who are cosplaying like they real men gonna show you every time that they a bitch at the end of the day.
Tyler, what's your opinion? I mean, I know we all over the place over here.
Y'all definitely hit the nail on the head for sure. You ask, like, why do niggas chase? It's like, why does the dog chase the ball? I feel like it's a part of who we are. But I feel like to not make the chase feel like it's such a letdown once a nigga get what he want and he disappear. I do feel like it's, I feel like it's on y'all a little bit to show during that time where he's courting you or he's chasing you or whatever, to display some things outside of what's on the surface. You was talking about watches and, what happens once we finally, peek through the veil and see what's actually going on with the woman. A lot of times, and I know this isn't all women, but especially when we're looking at social media and stuff like that, everything is so surface level. If you're only looking for a nigga to pay your bills and you're looking for a nigga that got the watch on, got the car and whatnot, if it's all surface level, then it's going to be reciprocated. We just want what we want. And it's going to stay on the surface. I feel like women hold the key to intimacy or sex, if you will, and men hold the keys to like marriage or longevity.
I don't know if I really fully agree with that, because the truth is that if you actually want to have a good marriage, if you actually want to get married, both of you have to agree to be married at the end of the day. Yes, both of you have to agree to have sex at the end of the day. So while there might be some sort of truth culturally to that, it's not entirely true, because if you as a man propose to a woman and she says no, the marriage will not happen. If you as a man asks a woman for sex, if she says no, or if you don't want to have sex with a woman, if she offers, it's a no. So sometimes just the way there's concept when sex wants to happen, there's always that concept when you want to get married. Both of you have to be in agreement to do that. But I understand where it's coming from, but I don't want us to have that idea that, oh, it's just dependent on the man in this case and it's dependent on the woman in this case. Both of them have to come to a sort of agreement to actually get it to happen at some point.
I feel like while you have the keys and he's trying to crack the safe, if you will, it's on you to put some of those other things that are deeper in the foundation on the forefront, as opposed to just what you look like. Because if you keep it there, that's all that's all we really want.
Wait, before we continue with the video, if you have watched up to this point and this video was helpful to you, please like this video so that YouTube can actually promote this video more for more people to view it. And also don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button so that you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. If this video has been helpful to you, if this channel has been helpful to you in any way, shape or form, please do well to encourage us by sharing it with other people. All right, let's get back to the video.
I agree with that. Mike, what are you doing?
I'm painting a Picasso.
Okay.
So normally I have like words, but I'm working on my art, right? Young Basquiat over here. Okay. Here's my thing. A lot of time, y'all be thinking it's the chase. Because in your mind, it's like, I'm trying to get you, and now I got you, and I don't want to do nothing with you. And y'all do nothing with you is like real responsible shit. Like, get me a house, get me a car, get me protection, get me provision, right? And the whole time you're thinking like, listen, this man been begging to get in my life, now I let him in my life and he's disappointing me. But the whole time you gave him everything he needed. And now you're not of service. I never understood why women would date men with the desire of being a husband, and then they don't get the husband, but it's like, I gave him my body. I gave him loyalty over me and my body. I'm doing nice things for him. Now this whole time I'm waiting for something to actually be an investment, but for the man it's like, for what? I've gotten it all. I don't got to take you nowhere else. This chase thing is cool. If a man disappoints you once, there's too many other ones. In those situations, should you give a man your mind, your body, your loyalty for free? No alimony. You know, the invention of alimony was for all the men that disappointed their woman and now she needs payback. Y'all made her stay in the house. You disappointed her, relocate me. These niggas is getting it all for free. He's got everything, he gets everything from you without the investment, the real one. Keep the line outside. Allow people in your life as you see fit, but nobody owns you till they go to God about you. Until they make an investment, until it's in writing, until they have something to lose. They'd be like, lose my phone number. That's free. What? Not lose my car, lose my house, that alimony check hit different. How much is your broken-hearted girlfriend check? Do they give y'all should make these niggas give deposits. For sure.
I agree.
But you know, the truth is that you're not trying to sell yourself if the guy is giving deposit. But I wrote down two things here that I wanted to address, but I might address more. But the first thing is reciprocity. The problem with a lot of dating today is that a lot of women have been programmed. They have been taught that men are supposed to chase them. They're supposed to be there. They're supposed to be receivers. They're supposed to be all that. Then when men are chasing, these men are pouring in their hearts, they're pouring in their resources, they're pouring in themselves to actually win over this lady, but then there is no reciprocity. He's not getting anything in return. And when I say get anything in return, I'm not talking about sex. You guys know that I'm not part of the tests group or whatever. You have to keep yourself, if you're actually serious, you want to get married, keep yourself until marriage. But then there's this idea where a man is actually helping, supporting you in different ways, taking you out on date and doing all that, but then the lady is not doing anything in return. She's just there receiving. The truth is that some men, even when they are very intentional and they actually want you, when they sense your level of selfishness, that you're not reciprocating in any way, you're not trying to give in any way, they'll pull back. Because the truth is that for you to actually have a successful relationship, for you to have a healthy marriage, you need two people who are committed to giving to each other. You need two people who are committed to pour into each other. You need two people who are not waiting for one person to do something before the other person does it. So even if that man is chasing you and he calls you on the phone, he texts you on the phone, he does all that, there's this idea of reciprocity where you actually, sometimes you call him on your own. You text him, because those things show that man that you actually like him. Because the problem is today that the reason many men are waiting for reciprocity today to push on is because they have discovered that some women actually are just there to take. But a woman who genuinely likes a guy, who actually wants a guy, we have seen it over time. If a woman genuinely likes a guy, she initiates things. She reciprocates, even when they are still getting to know each other, because she's interested in the guy. So if you're just waiting for the guy to do everything for you, sometimes they will pull back. And the second thing I wrote here is pretense. Sometimes also people have set standards. People have vocalized their standards. I want a man to do this. I want a man to do that. If he's not doing this, I'm not going to follow through. I'm not going to be with him. I don't want to deal with him. All that. You have set all these standards and then you have vocalized it. And then these men watch you, see these things, and then they start to pretend. They try to give you all those things that you have said you want. They love bomb you with all those things that you have claimed you want. And by the time they get you emotionally attached to them, based on how they have treated you over time, because those are the things you wanted, now you are now emotionally connected to that man. You have, some people have even given the guy their body and everything. And then when the man sees that he has gotten what he wanted, he checks out. Or some people, they don't check out, they just go back to their default setting. They stop doing what they used to do. And then the lady start asking or start saying, oh, he changed. All of a sudden he changed. No, he didn't really change. He just went back to his default setting. You vocalized what you wanted, and then he had to pretend because he knew that he could actually pretend a little bit to get to that point. So you don't want to force any man to become who they are not naturally. So you want the man that is pursuing you to be who they are. You want them to come as they are. You want them to take you to the kind of dates that they can, not the dates you think you want. Because the truth is that if they propose a date and you don't want it, then cancel it and go your way. But if you try to force them to take you to somewhere that you want and not somewhere that they want to be or want to go, what you are doing is that you are telling that man, okay, this is what you can do or what you have to do to get me. And sometimes they do all that and then they don't follow through at the end of the day. So allow him to show you who he is. And also, it's very, very important to be asking good questions during this phase. Because like I said, people can pretend, but then when you ask them good questions, when you interrogate them in a very healthy way, people tend to reveal who they are. And by then, you can start seeing that these persons don't mean well for you. They're just there for the fun. They're just there for the chase. They're just there for whatever they want to gain from you at that point, not because they actually want to be with you. So when people tell you who they are, when they express themselves, don't try to change their mind when you are trying to get to know them. Don't even question them too much. When they tell you, this is how I am, you say, okay, that's nice. Because you're not trying to change them. You're trying to get to know them. That's who they are. Because once you start trying to change them, they will change for a while. And after, they will change back. And the other thing I want to say, the last thing I want to talk about here is that sometimes we think attention and intention are the same thing. They're not the same thing. That the fact that people are giving you a lot of attention doesn't mean that they intend well for you. The fact that somebody is calling you, texting you, doing all that, it doesn't really mean that that person actually wants to be with you. Sometimes it's just fun to them. Sometimes it's just something cool to them. So you want to make sure that this person that is paying attention to you has good intentions for you. And how do you know when somebody has good intentions for you? It shows by their consistency. It shows by their commitment. It shows by their actions, how they plan you into their future. It shows, those things are the things that show you if somebody is intentional about you. Because when they're making plans, they're considering you, they're considering how that will affect you, they're just committed to you. When they call you, they're not just calling you for fun. They actually love hearing from you, they like being around you, and you see it from their words and from their action. So you have to learn how to differentiate intention and attention. And when you're able to do that, you will be able to sieve out, eliminate people who are there to play with your heart. I hope this was helpful. If this was helpful, do well to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button so that you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video, and do well to like this video, share it with your friends, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.